Team Secrets
Dire team ban.
Team Secrets turn to
Dire
ban.
team ban.
Team Secrets turn to ban.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Perfect World Masters 2017. Day number 1 of the bracket stage. Of course, we've had 2 days of the group stage, and Complexity have found themselves 1-0 up against Team Secret in this first quarterfinal of the upper bracket. It was a little bit of a scrappy game, starting well early on, but Complexity coming roaring back into the game. Game 2's draft is
10 seconds
underway.
remaining.
They banned the Jigero.
Doesn't get many bans, has to be
5
said.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, it's
But here it makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
yeah, it's an NA special too. Like we saw, was it EG run it a lot? Remember Fear was
I mean,
playing it all the
Kyle's
time?
sitting there right now, and he's
Immortals was
thinking,
super good with it.
he's thinking they've just target banned me with 2. Kyle's got to be feeling good about himself right now.
No,
He definitely needs more. But needs
Don't give him more confidence, guys. What are you doing, Secret? Twitter, he's gonna light up Twitter after this.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
5
Look, they've banned the
seconds
two brothers, 3 heroes. That's what they banned right now.
Yeah.
There's like some decent history between these teams too. Some words were said between
Some words.
that has like
Some harsh
words.
if you're gonna exchange those words, you better come ready to throw hands. Like, and coL has come to throw hands.
Yeah, this is Complexity versus Peter.
Yeah,
That's also one of those
V2.
matches that there is history
Man,
behind. So.
Kyle really gets into it with a lot
Yeah.
of people.
10 seconds remaining.
Kyle develops storylines between people, and most of them are not
5
positive
seconds
ones.
But it's
They're
fun for me.
antagonistic.
I was going to say great for us.
Yeah, it's like
Dire team pick.
oh,
Bounty
there's the bounty.
Secret with a Witch Doctor. There's a secret special.
It's a good hero against NP. It's probably one of the few supports, Paul, that works well against NP, just because you can cast up the what are they called? The tree people, the treants.
Trance, yeah.
Yeah,
The tree
10
people.
seconds
yeah,
remaining.
the tree people. I was like, how is that? How did that come to my mind before treants?
5
But
seconds remaining.
he's like one of the very few supports hard fives that can deal with it. Because for the most part, like if you're a 5-position player, I mean, you play offlane Cap. You know that it's there. Nothing feels better than just like sending treants onto a CM. Like,
Yeah,
what is
and
she supposed to do about that?
I'm watching them just like they're in that awkward position where they're like, do I right click the treant? Do I just run out of lane? Like, what do I do?
You just get bullied by the army.
You start right clicking the treant, then the treant, the Furion comes right clicks you as well. So you're
10
fighting like 1
seconds
versus
remaining.
3 basically.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
At the same time,
5
we
seconds
talked about the bounty
remaining.
in the pre-show, how it was going to be like a contested pick. Like, I think this hero adds a lot of value to a lot of lineups. The downside of it, though, is that you can't team fight. Like, this hero, Paul, is garbage at team fighting. You track somebody, and that is like your contribution. You're just like, guys, win the fight. Good luck. Like, track is a motivational tool more than it is like a fighting ability.
And Slaughter's going to be a pretty good counter to it. He's a good team fighting hero. He gives you nice solid initiation, and then obviously he'll reveal the and has good synergy with Furion, right? A physical damage hero on top of amp damage. Roshan, I feel like Roshan, like seemingly every single patch, I feel like Roshan has just gotten a little bit more important. And here this time around,
How do you
right?
mean?
Just like being able to take that first Roshan, use that momentum to build into, the next Roshan, which allows you to go high ground, because there's so many different things, right? Like that were added to the game. Taking the tier 3, for example, is really big because it unlocks shrines. Well, the best way to go high ground is usually with the Aegis. Now, at the latest iteration, the biggest Roshan change was that the third Roshan has a refresher orb.
Yeah.
So that makes it all the more important for momentum-based lineups, right? Because the earlier you can do the first Roshan, then you get to the second Roshan, which is cheese, third Roshan is refresher orb, etc.
Are you surprised that we haven't seen more
Dire
Roshan
team
fights
ban.
over that third one? Because of the refresher being in there?
I mean, I think most of the time people know that they need to be able to contest
Yeah.
it, but sometimes they just don't get
Mm.
to. I don't think we've had that many really close games for this patch. I feel
10
like we
seconds
have
remaining.
had more one-sided games.
Isn't that always the way at the start of a patch?
Yeah, sure, people
5
have to figure
seconds
things out and stuff.
remaining.
It's like who finds the most broken stuff
Turn
as
to
fast as
pick.
possible. But complexity, speaking of Roche, they've got the two best Rochers in Dota, I think. Like Nature's Prophet is excellent because you can tank up with Treants. He naturally builds into items that'll help him take Roche. At the same time, Slardar is like the uncontested king of Roshan because the minus armor is the
10
most effective
seconds
tool against that.
remaining.
And I think for complexity, it's important that they
5
take this because
seconds remaining.
they like to do this thing that a lot of pros, we dub it like the complexity push, where you don't set up into a push, you just go push. Like 5 heroes show up in the lane all at once, and you're just there all of a sudden. And so you often need like the Aegis. That's what enabled that bottom push in that last one, in the last game, which allowed them to take the Roshan. It's like they wouldn't be able to play that aggressively otherwise.
Tide.
Yeah, I was going to say Tide was a pick that both sides could potentially pick up just because maybe the Furion is also support. Unlikely with Slardar. We'll have to see. Yeah, we should also point out maybe they can do
10
safe lane
seconds
Slardar.
remaining.
That is something that people have been experimenting with because the
5
talents gave him a
seconds
significant
remaining.
boost to his carry potential. He does a lot of focus damage now between his bash upgrade, attack speed upgrade, and there's probably another one. So, but Tidehunter really good versus the matches up well against the Furion. You don't care about Treants. You've got Kraken Shell. You've got Anchor Smash. So you could just kind of farm against the Furion all the time. You can stand in front of his pushes. And then on top of that, you can remove amplify damage. So it makes you hard to focus down.
Yeah, what I'd like to see Secret do is they use this Tidehunter as the frontliner. I think we talked about that in the past. It's like when you pick heroes like Tidehunter or Abaddon when he was really popular, it's so that you have somebody that doesn't immediately get bursted that can sit in front of the tier 1s so that your team can set up a fight around you. If you just have Ravage in the holster, you can defend most of the tier 1s in the game. And that's really important against a team like Complexity. Because this time they don't have something like the Jakiro that can chip it down. They've got to commit to these tower pushes. And so when you commit to a tower push against a Tidehunter, it's pretty obnoxious. Because if you don't burst him, then he Ravages. His team can get there in time. But Complexity with a little bit more fight. Like for Secret right now, I like them to pick a somewhat mobile core. And by mobile, it doesn't necessarily have to be a blink or anything, but just something that can shove out waves really quickly and move around the map pretty fast.
10 seconds remaining.
So like Storm or Mirana or one of the kind of heroes that is
5
kind of
seconds
farmy
remaining.
and can just play the map around pretty fast.
Yeah, or even something like QoP. So
Okay, yeah.
it's just, you want something hard to lock down. You want Complexity to chase you at all times. Like you just want to give them a lot of different looks, like feint a lot, and act as if you're committing to the fight. Because the Tide doesn't necessarily mean you have to straight up 5-on-5. It just means that it's harder for them to 5-on-5 into you, which is really easy against a team like Complexity.
The obvious threat here from Complexity, because Secret did not ban it out, would be Lifestealer Slardar. You don't see a whole lot of Lifestealer, but
Dire
when
team
Slardar is picked up, it usually is a ban. I haven't actually seen Slardar Lifestealers, but I've seen it banned so many times in the 4-5. Do you think that's something they can pick? Well, it's kind of hard to say now with the Phantom Lancer, but
I don't think you do. I definitely don't think you take it now.
yeah, PL, it makes it really difficult.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of you can
10
take
seconds remaining.
Ven. Sun's not bad here. It's
5
kind of annoying to
seconds
play
remaining.
Sun against Tide, but it's possible. They could do something like the Slark that we saw as a response to the Tidehunter. I think it was Newbie that did that.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of hard lockdown quite yet.
But Slark's also not that great versus.
You have Dark Pact. It's like what's good against Tide. You could do like Timber 1 position or something like that. I'd be a big fan of that, and move Chessie over to like NP.
And he is good at being able to deal with PL illusions, but that also means he's
Secrets,
susceptible
turn
to
to
it.
ban.
Timber saw.
But good call.
Yeah. After I saw the Tide, I thought there was a lot of value there. The only thing that made me hesitate before they picked the PL was because then you have like this weird position where Chessie's gonna have to play it, or maybe even Limp can play Timber. So they have
10
options here, but
seconds remaining.
I think Timber just has like sick utility here. It's really good against Tidehunter.
5
There's no
seconds
burst.
remaining.
Bounty Hunter doesn't do anything to you, and you crush PL.
And you're not taking advantage of Slardar. One thing that I would point out from Timbersaw.
Yeah,
right?
but
There's no synergy there with Sardar.
there's not. But at the same time, like it helps the rest of your heroes. Like Slardar as a whole, just it's a good hero.
Yeah.
It's nice to play against
At the end
Bounty
of the day,
Hunter.
it's still an initiator,
Yeah.
right? You don't have to focus on the amp.
You're stunned. Your amp in this game will just be like an addition.
Wow. So they think that
This is
we've
Slardar.
got 3 cores on
Yeah.
there. So most likely Sardar core and Furion.
Maybe they think it's a Warlock core. Maybe they know something that we
The
don't.
last thing I was going to say is that maybe it's a
10
mid Warlock.
seconds remaining.
Unusual.
I don't think.
Yeah, they usually run it in.
5 seconds remaining.
It's Kyle's
Uh,
second most picked now in the last 3 months.
So I was going to say SF for complexity. I feel like you need a sort of like big time carry who just kind of does a lot of damage. He also has the benefit of having a, but I don't know how that matchup works. Blitz.
SF's okay here. He has like a lot of clear, but if you get on top of him and burst him, you need a BKB core this game, I think, for complexity.
Okay.
That's why I could kind of see SF because BKB cores are pretty important here. If they didn't have something like Timber, I would have said like they would have gone Gyro or something like that, but I don't know how that works with what they already have. If I were them, I would take Gyro, but who knows?
Good call.
Oh, 2 in a row.
Nice.
But it also makes your core setup a little bit more weird. And if I'm secret here, like I'm looking at this and I'm looking to avoid fights, so I take something like the Quap and just avoid taking these like
10
direct 5-on-5
seconds
engagements, or even something like the Shadow Fiend that can just like shove out lanes. Like you just need something that
5
shoves out
seconds
lanes,
remaining.
is really safe. So it's like Quap is one of the better options. I can't think of anything else that has mobility and shoves out waves very easily.
Marana.
Rana's okay too.
I think Quap burst damage is better versus both.
Choose your
Oh,
hero.
so I take Lash. That's like a hero that they would pick for mid one. It is a wave
Yeah.
shover, but
Not the best though.
yeah, it's a bit.
It doesn't have the mobility Will was looking for. It commits to team fights, right? It doesn't play
Yeah.
the dodge game.
So it looks like Secret they just want to fight.
And they do have the bounty hunter, right? It would feel a little awkward if you had the bounty hunter and you were not willing to take engagement.
Yeah, there's like a really quick point, but it's like Bounty enables heroes like Leshrac because Lesh is really he's kind of like slow. It's hard for him to chase, but like you can edict people and track just like lets you run at 400 move speed, and there's a lot of synergy there.
And he's naturally a kill hero, right? Like he
10
doesn't sit
seconds
AFK and
remaining.
farm ancients. He wants to be able to kill heroes and farm off of them.
All right. Thank you very much, gents. Let's head over to the arena once more as the commentary team are itching to bring you game number 2.
Thank you so much, Paul. Yes, game number 1 was a little bit of complexity favored madness. Lacoste, my man, how you doing for game number 2?
I feel complexity lineup overall is better. They have pretty much of everything, especially to deal with the Phantom Lancer. I was expecting something more late game oriented from Team Secret as the last pick. I don't think they have enough to actually team fight. They have this Bounty Hunter. It's gonna depend a lot on him.
Yeah, that's a tough one too, because I always feel like there's this problem that you get if you don't get a ton of kills early or a bunch of just, things done around the map early on. You end up being at like level 3 or 4 at 8 or 10 minutes in, and then you're not able to get up to track quickly enough. It could be really rough. But you said it's going to be dependent upon the bounty hunter to carry secret. What about complexity? What do they need to get done early?
Prepare
They just need
for
to get a
battle.
free farm on this Timber Saw, and I think that's pretty much it. Secret does not have anything to burst this Timber down. He does not care about... Maybe a Maledict could be a problem at one point, but with a Hood and Bloodstone, I don't see Team Secret has a way to deal with him.
Yeah. It's going to be a tough one, and Timbersaw also got a couple of interesting talent buffs as well. I believe at level 15 now, you're able to get an extra 5 stacks of reactive armor, which gives you just a ridiculous amount of regen and armor as well to deal with the threats coming their way. So it's going to be a tough one as we get ourselves moving around the map, and the chat wheel spam alive as always.
Yeah, well, maybe the other team should use the chat wheel more. What do you think about that, huh?
I mean, they don't need to. They can all talk with each other. This guy, I can't even imagine what it would be like to have to play in a competitive game, a professional level. I could end the sentence right there, and then also on top of that, having to do it with the chat wheel going on for CTY. Tough stuff.
Well, maybe if you go 10-0, you don't even need to talk. That's the universal language,
There you go.
just being a godlike.
That's the way to be, man. Oh, Puppy. Scouting things out here. Not quite gonna... Well, they're gonna be able to come over and steal the rune away, as Chessie was a bit afraid of it. But it looks like he is gonna be heading mid on that gyrocopter. We saw something interesting the other day out of him, where they did like Wind Ranger and gyrocopter, and then they would just like power shot after the rocket hit in the mid lane. Kind of nifty. Didn't end up working out for them though.
Yeah, I wonder if he's gonna go for a homing missile, just max it there. So annoying to play against. Look at this. Oh, what?
That was a misclick, right?
Yeah, probably.
And then they also glyphed. Okay, well, no problem. No
So
fuss
this
from
is
us.
a cool way to deal with the mid. You just use a glyph, and you push the lane to his tower. So he can't
Oh.
last hit.
I haven't seen that before. That is really cool. And then like the missile is going on wall that's happening. I mean, you're not
Maybe-
using the glyph
yeah,
early
may-
anyways.
There's a bounty hunter on gyro, level 2. They have a stun.
Now looking for that opening. It's not quite going to be there. And in fact, it's Moo that ends up drawing first blood, killing Fata. So things looking good for Complexity so far.
Yeah, another position for Nature's Prophet with Orb of Venom. Tidehunter, maybe if he went for Kraken Shell build there, level 1 instead of Anchor Smash, maybe he would have lived.
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, Fata now getting level 2 is going to have to deal with this Moo Slardar, who is up here in the top lane, and with Z-Freak
What
that
a block.
body box. They're starting to make it work and looking for more. The bash comes through. Fata, where are you going, buddy? Nowhere left at all, and he's going to not quite hit that stun. That probably would have been a kill. And
What
even
a-
still, look at the damage on the Fata.
What a timing for that Kraken Shell.
Yeah. Well, he's able to get the salve going, and 2-minute mark now, gonna pick up the runes. Complexity already looking pretty good position so far. What do you think about the Warlock Tidehunter lane?
Warlock Tidehunter?
Or, sorry, oh my goodness, what am I talking about? Warlock Timbersaw.
Well, pretty impossible to kill Timbersaw. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, with Maledict, okay, they're gonna try to go on Phantom Lancer. With the Phantom Lancer on Warlock, they have enough regen. Probably does with Shadow Word and the Tango.
Yeah. I guess that's the only way you can really go at this lane, is try and hunt the Warlock instead.
It feels like this is a perfect Timbersaw game. He just crushes Phantom Lancer during the mid game, and I don't know, he's not affected by Tidehunter. The only one who can deal with him is Maledict from Witch Doctor and some lash damage. That's pretty much it.
See what build Limp wants to go into, if he maybe tries to go for an early hood or something like that to stay survivable against that magical damage. But early on already, able to go toe-to-toe with the PL. And across all of the lanes, looking fairly even. The big person that's kind of losing out here so far is the Gyrocopter, 5-2 versus the 13-6 of the Lesh.
Yeah, it's annoying to play against the Rocket, but the Gyro's range is not that good. 365 only.
Right.
Oh, nice stun by Lesh.
Yeah, and they
with
bring
Orb
in
of
Puppy
Venom
as well.
and the
Lots of
Lightning
damage.
Strike. Ah, nice play by Chessie there. Steeping out.
Good decision.
Well, he knew Bounty Hunter was level 2, and he saw him the Junata hit. Sometimes Bounty Hunters go for Shadow Walk and the Shuriken Toss.
Right.
You just deep it out.
Good recognition there as well. And coL now. Thor and Puppy are stalking him. The two supports trying to make short work of this Warlock, and we'll see if he's able to get the rune. Puppy takes it, and probably going to take a life as well, unless they can get the TP away. coL, lots of damage, ends up dying.
Well, that's a 150 gold only for Puppy. He didn't even get level 3 from that kill.
Right.
Double damage still sitting on top. Maybe if he picks it up, they can go on a Chessie once again.
Looks like, at least for now, there's thinking about hunting him regardless of that fact. He doesn't have any points in Rocket Barrage right now on Chessie either, so it's hard to make this work. Yapzor comes in, gets the stun, Z-Freak TPing in. Can they make this work? Look at the damage there. And they do find the kill onto Chessie.
The thing about Bounty Hunter, with the changes to Dire Tower, you can actually walk around and the tower can't see you, so you can approach from the right side.
quite nice. Sort of a quality of life thing for the bounty hunter, makes it a little bit better. Limp, try and put the hurt now. And what is the level that Timbersaw gets to that he starts to really cause trouble for the PL?
Well, he's causing troubles already, so level 5, I guess.
I guess that's fair enough.
Level 3, once he has level 2 reactive armor. Now, this is a perfect Timbersaw game.
Yeah.
It really is.
When can Ace get solo killed, I guess is what I should say. Is there a point, or does he need rotation always?
Once he gets level 6 on that Timbersaw, Ace needs to be super careful. He is already having troubles.
Yeah, he's going to have another round of Whirling Death in just a second if Limp wants to keep diving for this one in a little bit here. They're going to force out the salve, and Limp just going to keep playing bully.
They need to get some stacks going for Chessie because my man is struggling on that mid lane. Okay, that's what Kyle's actually doing right now. They already have 1 stack. Me and Kyle think the same. Jesus Christ, I'm the same as Kyle. What happened, man?
Well, in the middle, they're able to take down the gyrocopter there yet again.
Had a little chat with Kyle during the breakfast about Puck and position 4 heroes. He's kind of stubborn. What he thinks that can work, he'll probably try it a couple of times. By couple, I mean 15 until it works. Then he says, I told you guys.
Nice.
114, but it still worked.
You got it that
Gotta
one
love
time,
that guy.
Yeah, he's certainly a character. Right now, getting those stacks up, like you said, for the gyrocopter in the mid lane. It's like they're again trying to set up for him. You talk about it, Chessie, just over and over again. The split earth, the damage is there. They rotate in Ace. Yeah, Chessie.
Seems like it's a different combination of heroes. They just need to be 3, it doesn't matter who, and they can just kill Chessie. They rotated the Bounty Hunter on the bottom, who's level 4, and if he continues to get the XP on that bottom lane before... Yeah, where's Phantom Lancer? He's on mid now, so this is going to be really good for Bounty, who's going to get a lot of levels. He might actually hit level 6 with that Tome, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he said, was that this is a hero that needs to get stuff done, but he has gotten stuff done. Chessie, how far is 0-3 with 12 last hits? You said it, my man is struggling. It's been a rough one. So, how worried would you be right now if you're Complexity about this? Because you said that Limp is still going to be that true carry. Well, and actually, nowadays, look at the damage on him. Limp is just going to fall. 5-1. Secret are demolishing.
Well, yeah, that's one of the things I said. The only way to deal with him is Maledict and Lash. So I expect the Hood from him at one point, maybe before the Bloodstone even, just to mitigate that damage. But Jesse can come back into the game with those stacks.
Yeah.
I mean, he's sitting on 14 CS against 40 on Lash. Whoa. It's gonna be hard to take the stacks because Bounty Hunter there will be scouting, and they can take it by themselves as well. Once the tide hits high level, you can't really contest it, and he can kill it with the Anchor Smash plus illusions from Phantom Lancer.
Yeah, well, Puppy, look at this. He knows what he wants. It's time to eat up a little courier.
He needs to... Okay, he does not need 2 hits.
He just takes it down. All right. Points in Shadow Walk 1 and Janata.
Oh yeah, that's why. Shadow Walk level 2. That's the extra damage. He wouldn't have killed it if it was level 1.
Yep, and bottom lane yet again. Limp found. Is he going to live? The Maledict damage. It's ticking. It's hurting. They try and get him away from it. It looks like it's going to happen. Able to walk away. But... Oh, Shuriken! Ooh, Limp was
Raindrop, baby. That's... I was expecting Raindrop to be nerfed in this patch, but it didn't happen for whatever reason.
Yeah. My goodness. All right, well, they're starting to sort of get a little bit closer to even now from Complexity, but it's still that gyrocopter.
Now it's Complexity times. Moo has enough gold for a Blink Dagger. That's 9-minute Blink Dagger plus a smoke.
So what does this sort of safe lane Slardar try and do at this point? Where are you looking to find a kill?
I was expecting him to maybe go for a Mask of Madness. That's what, like a safe lane build on a Slardar. He's trying to find a kill, but if they dodge it, if it doesn't accomplish anything with the Blink Dagger before he shows it up, it's not that good. You just have a naked Blink Dagger, but you're supposed to be farming.
Oh, Puppy there. They spot him with the Sentry Ward placed down by Kyle. Well, they're moving in now. There is a Ravage available. Are they just going to take out Warlock again? Seems unlikely. While this is happening, there is that rotation down from the Slardar that we were talking about before, and they could maybe make a kill happen if people start to show up here. And the TP rotation's coming in. Fata, that's a hard target to take down, but Z-Freak is there as well. They missed the first Chakram. Again, Ravage is here. Z-Freak not going to end up being brought down.
He didn't want to use it just for position 4, Nature's Prophet, who was level 6. He revives pretty fast. Okay, so it's a full Kaya on Leshrac. That's one of the heroes that can actually use Kaya. Storm, Tinker, Lesh, maybe a Core, Skyrot Mage.
Look at this too. They have eyes on Slardar, and he's able to get the blink away, but
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This Slardar just showed his blink dagger, didn't accomplish anything, can't really farm that much.
And Chessie again in trouble. They're going to be able to take him down. Puppey with the Shuriken connects. Again, the Witch Doctor ultimate coming down to Moo. It's not going to be enough to bring him down with the Maledict damage, but still, just
one more
showing the
tick,
strength.
it's going to be close. Yeah, not enough though.
So 6-1. Secret really just coming out of the gate roaring, and I feel like they're going to be able to take down the mid-tier 1 tower as well.
Yeah, I didn't expect the Gyro to get that destroyed in a laning stage. You really don't feel the presence of the hero at all. He needs to come back, take those stacks.
Yeah. In the meantime, coL has gotten his level 6, so there is going to be a lot of these teamfight abilities coming online. But Puppey, he's just everywhere. He's always where they are. And, well, he's found Z-Freak. There's going to be a track. They're still chasing, bringing in the Witch Doctor, stun, Shuriken, every damn thing. And Z-Freak going down. Killing spree for Puppey.
Puppey is all over the place, and that's exactly what he needs to do. I mentioned during the picks that he's going to rely so much on the bounty, and he's doing such a good job. 6 out of 7 kills, almost level 7.
Well, a rotation in. They're still looking for this pick-off with the Blink Dagger from Slardar. Hasn't really progressed in items that much, but every time you find this Tidehunter, it just doesn't feel good to try and go for the kill onto him.
And this is exactly what Secret needs to do, just try to avoid fights. They got tier 1 tower on mid.
Ooh, Chessie taking down Ancients, but Puppey is off to the side here, and
They should just avoid fights because of the build that Slardar went.
look at Tidehunter. He's walking over that direction, and they catch him again. They have the heals. They're going to be forced to back off.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I mean, Puppey's soaking experience here, and the rest of them are walking forward. There's the catch on the Moo. A lot of
He's
damage
gonna
out there
ravage
as
that.
well. He's going to end up falling very low with that one, and now they did drop down the
He's actually
Warlock
gonna
ulti as
die
well.
from
Moo
Maledict.
gonna die to that one, yeah. And they come in, they contest the Ancients. They're going to be able to steal them away. Everything working for Secret at this point.
The Titan has a full mech ready.
Does also have Soul Ring and enough mana for Ravage as coL found yet again the Maledict over and over again. coL gonna drop to this one. Yapsor gets the kill. 4 points in Maledict on this Witch Doctor.
Yeah, I love that build. Plus an Urn gives you so much damage, especially against these low HP heroes.
And that bank that Gyrocopter was supposed to be building into, it's completely gone now. He's at 3,200 net worth. The Witch Doctor is about to eclipse him. He's going to be behind everybody on the Radiant.
Is under attack.
Bounty level 7 has enough money to buy some armor for his team. Wow. They should just keep pressuring right now. They still have the Ravage and the mech on Tide.
No reason not to. They're all moving up top. Maybe time to go. Flexity.
Oh, he's gonna see him placing a ward on the top.
Oh, limp. To get out of there, the coconuts, they bounce. They got him caught for the moment. Tries to throw out the chakra, but he is going to get away.
Witch Doctor couldn't find an angle. He was trying to cast Maledict from the bottom,
Yeah.
but couldn't find an opening. And he had Arcane Rune there. Pretty sick for VD.
Well, again, Secret backing out. They got that D ward, it looks like, and Complexity still looking for an answer. 9-1.
Yeah, we also didn't talk about Phantom Lancer at all. He's hitting 005, no deaths, has the Fusel Blade ready. So Secret can fight so easily right now.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Soul Ring being brought out yet again. You have Puppey who's looking for a courier snipe.
I guess the reason why Slardar went for a Blink Dagger
Dire's courier has been killed.
is Gyro didn't have any farm in the lane, and they wanted to take the advantage of his free farm just to try to fight, find kills, help the Gyro to come back into the game, but it's not working out.
Yeah, they haven't been able to find those fights that they've wanted. And I gotta imagine a lot of that has to do with Puppey just getting good vision and making sure they dodge the bad fights.
So you're gonna end up with 2 cores not having farm at all. Look at the... Oh my god, Bounty has almost the same amount. Okay, he actually has more farm than Gyro.
Yeah, man, it's a rough one.
And almost the same farm as Slardar. With one more fight, he'll actually be more farm than Slardar. He has another mech queued up. What? On Bounty?
I'm sure it's fine. Maybe
Double mech?
He's probably going to change that one around afterwards, I'm sure. But we'll see. Secret.
Radiant's bottom
In the meantime, I mean, it feels like they could go double mech and it almost wouldn't matter at this point. Like, how hard is it to come back into this game for complexity right now?
It really is hard, especially with that stack being cleared by Secret, which they gave them so much gold and XP. They need Timbersaw to be active.
Well, Z-Freak up in the top lane. Puppey is again waiting behind the tower, seeing if anybody wants to show up to defend this one. And Secret kind of doing the complexity strat as they just run at him and dare him to take a fight. Freak's still hiding away.
Okay, I'm not a big fan of Phantom Lancer Boots of Travel, especially the first one, but this game seems like it's a perfect, especially against Nature's Prophet, who can try to split push, and he can just be on the other side. They have enough advantage. He can easily TP, help his team.
Oh, Limpy misses that chains. They are going to be able to get this turnaround at least and take down Yap, so it's a decent kill, but is it going to be enough? They also have the Diffuser Blade there onto Ace, like we were talking about. Z-Freak has already fallen. Now looking for maybe a bit more. Fatal Bond's not doing enough.
Ravage
as
is
of
ready,
yet.
but they don't have any follow-up. They're too far behind.
But they back out. 10-2. They traded a kill. Still complexity hurting.
Yeah, 17 minutes, still no Ravage, and no Chaotic Offering from Warlock.
Yeah.
That Fatal Bonds is actually dealing so much damage.
Radiant's middle tower is under
If you think
attack.
about it, with Fatal Bonds, connect the 3-4 people, and Black Canyon, that's actually insane amount of the damage. Plus Timbersaw.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like that's what they were going for in their build, but I don't know why that aggroed like that. That was very odd. But it's just not been able to work out the way that they wanted it to. And now moving in for Roshan, Secret is starting to take it. I guess, are you trying to say that they can still take a fight complexity if they try and go high ground with this? Like they try and pressure?
I don't think they're gonna go high ground. There's tier 1 tower on the bottom. They can just take outer towers with it.
Oh, Yasha on the way. Gets brought out for that gyro. But still, 10-2 and 8,000 net worth lead at 18 minutes. Plexi just
That's
looking for a
not even
favorable one.
10,000.
True. I can't argue with that. And
There it is.
oh lordy.
Oh god.
So I mean, Meteor Hammer. People have said the one time it could be good is on a Nature's Prophet.
First time I saw Nature's Prophet with the Meteor Hammer was the Dota Pit. It was the first tournament with the new item.
Yeah.
It was not very effective.
No.
I still don't think it is.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
If you... How much does this shit cost? 2.6k.
Yeah.
Well, you can almost buy a full Deso, and
Right.
with just one hit from the Deso and the creeps on a tower, and your summons, you deal much more damage than with just the Meteor Hammer.
That's true. But you don't get the team fight contribution, man.
You're not gonna use Meteor Hammer ever, like it's just standing there channeling for 3 seconds. Is it 3? This item is so... Yeah, it is. I stopped even reading what it does.
All right. Well, Lacoste confirmed not a fan, but we'll see if it ends up working out for them. There's a Blink Dagger on Tiny now as well.
There's one situation that you can use Meteor Hammer, maybe on a Jakiro,
Yeah.
if you get it, and just try to split push. That's the really high
Okay.
amount of damage on the towers. But other than that, I don't see it happening.
Fair enough. Well, Kyle, he's getting chased here. They've got Vods in the area as well, and Kyle is going to drop. That is 30 seconds on the sidelines. A Secret have all three of their cores top net worth. Mu is sitting here with an Invis rune, but they just need so much to be able to make this work. And Chessie, after getting that stack stolen, everything's kind of falling apart for them. Rotation in, there's the stun, there's the jump, there's a lot of damage onto Fata. Puppy is behind enemy lines though, and now Ace from the high ground. They also caught there on the Limp, starting to drain away his mana. Throwing out the Chakram a second time, Limp needing to jump away. Getting all that mana drained, but they call off the charge.
Dire's middle
Feels bad,
tower
man.
is under
Slaughter,
attack.
9-minute blink, 21-minute stop of wizardry.
Yeah. And I mean, it's just sort of the way that they wanted to try and continue on in this game. As YapzOr, they run into him with Mu right there. The stun comes out in time. Secondary stun to follow.
He's dead.
Oh, he's taking a lot of damage there. Yeah, the Maledict, everything. He's just gone.
They were just waiting for the track gold as well.
He's 11,000 net worth lead, continuing to be built up each and every kill that they get. And well, Bloodstone is there done for the Leshrac on top of Kaya and the Aegis.
Yeah, we missed the biggest highlight so far from Complexity, the Meteor Hammer usage on the top tier 1 tower.
It's a rough life. So, Fata gonna get hit with a rocket, and Complexity tries to move forward. I mean, they got Fatal Bonds onto these heroes. You can be a little bit careful if that's going on there.
Still no Ravage, still no Golem.
Yeah. CTY is just off to the side, sort of farming away. Do you think that he should be playing with his team right now?
I guess he's gonna buy BOTs after. We can DP out as well. Has that Aegis.
CTY slowed for the moment. He is going to get caught by that Eul Scepter. If they can burn him up real quickly here, this could be a big old problem. And, well, Split Earth gets fainted for the moment. Still a lot of damage there. They're trying to take him down. The crush, the follow, the finish. They burn through the Aegis. Now YapzOr trying to turn this move, looking like he's going to end up falling to this, as there's no way out for the moment. And Kyle taking a lot of damage here as well. But the Ravage finally comes out. They've caught themselves, Chessie. Chessie gonna die. So they burned through the Aegis. Mu actually lived through that, but it cost them the Gyro and the Warlock.
That's a lot of commitment to kill a Lesh who had Aegis and the old Scepter.
Yeah.
I mean, you have you're playing against Phantom Lancer who has BOT, so you can TP to a creep wave and just help him out.
Yeah, that's true.
Meanwhile, on the top lane though, Meteor Hammer usage. He took down tier 1 tower.
Nice, nice. Well done. It's 14-2 now, 13,000 net worth lead.
I don't know what I hate more, Meteor Hammer or Bane.
You're not a big fan of either, are you?
Nah.
No Bane in this game, but there was Meteor Hammer. And well,
What about Bane? What about Bane with Meteor Hammer? Sleep and then just use
I
it.
think people were doing that. They were talking about it. The thing that's crazy about this game as well right now is it's 23 minutes in. They're just now getting into those talents. It's been like a lot of 5-man Dota. Nice smoke up under a ward. Could be rough for Complexity here. Oh, again, Kyle runs into one. They back out. I mean, we're joking around a lot about the Meteor Hammer, but is there anything really that, like, it feels
No.
like they're already so far behind?
5-man Meteor Hammer. Let it rain.
Maybe this?
Meteor Shower. You know how 5-man Shower feels good?
Yeah. What,
Shrines, 5-man
Oh,
Shrine
yeah,
Shower,
okay.
yeah.
I gotcha.
Imagine 5-man Meteor Shower.
That's the way to be, man. Dream. Nice as they take down the tower.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Call from the chat wheel. But again, complexity, not even able to fully go onto this tier 1 tower. It's just so tough for them right here. They TP'd away 1, looking for the crush. Able to juke away from it. They don't find that PL, and they don't find anybody. They're just going to end up backing out now.
A lot of misplay from Complexity already. Ravage is right in 10 seconds.
They're looking for that opening. Chessie in trouble. The burrow strike, the coconuts are bouncing back and forth as Moo is starting to drop down low. There's going to be the big old ulti coming out from the Warlock, but everybody is starting to fall. Complexity in a ton of trouble, and nobody from Secret is taking any damage at all. They lose the gyro yet again.
I don't see
Oh, ace
how
chase.
Complexity can actually fight into this. He's gonna go down on the Z-Freak.
Yeah, trying to
where's
TP
the-
out. They just
Nah.
end up taking it. Don't even need the Ravage. And meanwhile, off on the other side, Moo gets brought down as well by the Leshrac. The last hero left alive, the Timbersaw, but
He's just gonna cut the wave.
Dire's
Trying to
middle
stop the
tower
push. Maybe
has
he can
fallen.
snipe the courier as well.
Radiant's middle
this
tower
hasn't
is
looked
under
competitive for a while. It's not quite there. Needed that damage down instead, but Tier 3 towers starting to fall. This game has been well and thoroughly into the favor of Secret, and not looking like that's going to stop. They're chasing Kyle past the Tier 4s, as they will do. And that tower about to fall. Cost, it ain't pretty.
Well, it ain't pretty if you're a Complexity fan.
No, that's true. Secret's feeling a little bit better.
Ravage still ready. I don't know, it's they lose one more fight, I think they're just gonna call it.
Yeah, definitely. Limp in trouble. They jump forward. A good crush there onto several, but they just don't have the damage. The Fatal Bonds isn't there. The force stab into Ravage. They found themselves Limp, and he's starting to fall down. There is going to be a Yule Scepter trying to get away from that damage, but the Squither follows. The crush a moment too late, and GG is called. The cost, that was a walloping.
Yeah, that was some serious ass beating.
Yeah.
Look at the Witch Doctor. What he has earned and the Lotus Orb at the end of the game. I mean, the movement from Puppy and Witch Doctor pretty much won them the game, and how they placed the lanes. I did not believe in Lesh, but I didn't think of Kaya as a great item on him. Can work though.
Yeah, it looked really good, and I think that build by Yapsor, the 4 points in Maledict, it was really exactly what they needed.